There is so much talk in California about San Francisco and LA, but have you ever wondered what it's like to live in San Diego?
We've just spent the last 30 days living here in San Diego, and we are going to give you our honest review on what it is like. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just the hard facts on what it's like to live here.
If you do not know our story, we are digital nomads who set out to explore 8 of the most iconic cities across North America.
Started in the beautiful Toronto, then we made our way to New York, Miami, Atlanta, Denver, and now our 6th stop has been here in beautiful sunny San Diego.
San Diego! As our month is sadly coming to a close here in San Diego, we are here today to give you an honest review of what it's like to live here as a digital nomad.
To do that, we will be evaluating based off of 4 categories: things to do, food, cost of living, and atmosphere.
So if you've ever wondered what it's like to live in San Diego, I suggest you keep watching.
What better way to start off our things to do category than with paragliding?
San Diego is jam-packed with things to do. We spent 30 days here and we honestly ran out of time to do everything we wanted to do here. So we want to share our list of activities with you so you can make the most out of your time in this beautiful city called San Diego. First up, let's talk about some of the must-do activities. These are things you cannot miss no matter how long or how short your stay is. So your number 1 activity, the thing we enjoyed the most, was paragliding at Torrey Pines Glideport. Wow, I cannot say enough about this. This is the funnest thing we ever did. I'm so glad we did that. Secondly, you're in California, so you gotta go surfing. I mean, it's the rite of passage here. So one of the best parts about San Diego is that just driving up the coast alone is one of my favorite activities. It is so beautiful and so stunning. So I recommend just driving up and hitting some of the nearby coastal towns like Del Mar, Encinitas, Solana. You will not regret it, and you'll have a great day in any of those towns. We also really recommend Balboa Park. It's absolutely stunning. It is humongous. There's a lot to do there, especially the Japanese Friendship Garden. It is beautiful during the cherry blossom season. It is just so incredible. You must do it. If you're here for 2 weeks or more, there's definitely a few other activities I would recommend doing that are a little bit further away, but definitely well worth it. So number 1 is Anza Desert State Park. During Super Bloom in March, it is incredible. It's so beautiful. You definitely should go. Joshua Tree National Park, it's one of my favorites. And then lastly is Tijuana. It's only 30 minutes away. You can hop into another country and experience a little of the Mexico vibe for a little bit.
One of our favorite things about San Diego is that there are so many different areas and neighborhoods to check out. Definitely recommend hitting up the trendy neighborhood of North Park. Pacific Beach is a must. That's where we stayed and it was amazing. Gaslamp Quarter downtown is also a super fun place. And then any of the little coastal beachy towns like La Jolla, Carlsbad, Encinitas, they're all must-dos. They're so beautiful. San Diego is a very outdoor-centric city, so if you like being outdoors, you'll definitely find plenty to do here. It's not really as naturey as, say, Colorado is, but people here love being outside. I mean, the weather here is pretty much always perfect, so why not be outside, right? With that being said, if you're looking for indoor activities, San Diego may not be the best city for you. We honestly didn't find a ton to do inside except for eating and drinking, and even that, most places have outdoor seating. So while there are definitely, shows, museums, and movie theaters and all that stuff, it's not really as plentiful as it is in other big cities. So yeah, most things are outside, and with weather this good, I can't really blame them. So not only does San Diego have obviously super easy access to the beach, there's also super easy access to the mountains, which is crazy. So you could literally, if you wanted to, I mean, it'd be kind of a hassle, but you could literally go surfing and then go skiing in the same day, which is just where else can you really do that? You know what I mean?
So for our rating for San Diego's things to do, we give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can't do here. Pretty much any water beachy activity you can do, as well as hiking, skiing, mountain activities. There's lots of events in the city. You can do it all here, so we had to give it a top-notch score.
The only really lack is the indoor activities, but again, it's so nice here, so really, who cares?
Yeah, get outside, get your vitamin D, you know what I'm saying?
So for our next categories, we got one of our favorites, and that is food. So the food in San Diego, I'm just gonna be honest, up front, clear, it is just top tier. That shit is It blew my mind how good the food was here. But before we get to some of the places you should definitely go to while you're here, let's break down the food categories so you can understand how we rank it. We rank food based off of 3 main qualities. 1, just quality of food, how good is it? Diversity, so what kind of different kind of foods can you find? And number 3, sweets, because we love our sweets.
Yeah, we do. So first, for the quality was so good in San Diego. Like, it really exceeded my expectations a lot because, like, I don't really know if San Diego is known as like a foodie city. Maybe it is, but I didn't really know that. So anyway.
I didn't either.
A lot of the food was so fresh, especially seafood, obviously because it's right by the sea, as well as Mexican food because it's literally like an hour away from Mexico, which is pretty cool. So we had some incredible seafood, tacos, sushi, burgers, pretty much everything. Definitely the must visits are gonna be Puesto for some tacos, although they are very expensive tacos. Oscar's Mexican seafood for ceviche and fish tacos. So good. RK Sushi, it looks so unassuming but has some of the best sushi we've ever had. Super unique flavors. They do this thing in California where they put lemon on their sushi and it like is so good. I've never had that anywhere else, but it's like my new favorite thing because it's just so good. And if you want a nice dinner, go over to Costera. It's got a stunning view of downtown San Diego and this like Mexican fusion food that is just
so good.
So good.
The next part of the food category is diversity of foods. So San Diego's got some absolutely bussin' foods, but we didn't really find a huge diversity of foods. There's a lot of obviously Mexican, seafood, and like traditional American, all the other traditional things you can find. But as far as like diversity of other things, it was kind of lacking. And I think that just kind of goes back a little bit to the diversity of the overall culture. It is a little bit
white,
for lack of better words. And it shows a little bit in the food. But what you do get is very good.
Lastly, we have the sweets. We are huge sweet people, so you know that we are trying all the best sweets.
It's a problem, honestly.
Yeah, they were fire. Our favorites were probably Baked Bear, besides when Quest threw mine down the fucking mountain.
Dude, oh my god, guys, I was hyping up this place for months to this girl.
Months, literally months.
And then the first thing I do was knock it down the cliff before she even gets a chance to bite into it.
Insert clip here.
The disappointment.
I literally cried.
Yeah, she did cry. It was also like our first day we were there. It was our first day.
It was our very first. It was the first thing we did.
Anyways, back to the review.
Trauma. Besides that, Cali Cream is really good. Handel's Ice Cream really good. JoJo's Creamery really good. Can you tell we like ice cream? I don't know. And Quest loves his donuts. So Linda's Donuts, fire, and Sidecar Donuts, so fucking good.
Definitely recommend that. So taking those 3 categories into account, diversity of foods, quality of foods, and sweets, we give San Diego's food category a 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, honestly, really good. The only thing that brought it down was the lack of diversity. Next, we have the least fun category, which is the cost of living, because California is so expensive that our wallets hurt a lot.
I have no money.
So obviously one of your main expenses is gonna be housing, and let me tell you, it is very, very expensive. It's definitely where we have paid the most so far. I thought New York was gonna be our highest, but it's by far San Diego. We paid $3,200 for a studio apartment that had a bed that pulled down from the wall. So
I'm still just so. Anyways,
it was a really good location in Pacific Beach, so that is a positive, but it's still a lot of money to not even have a bedroom.
I don't. Yeah. Next main big expense was obviously food and groceries. We thought we were doing really good because we were eating in quite a bit, trying to be a little bit healthier, going to the gym all the time. God bless our souls, we did not do much better. I think we should just eat out for every meal. At least we would have saved time cooking. But anyways, food's really expensive. I think the food quality in California is better. I think you get better like produce and things like that, but I just think it also comes out of your wallet as well. So between food and groceries, we spent a lot of money, and it was...
Yeah, I think it almost doubled our usual food expense bill, which is really alarming. And then obviously is gas. I mean, California gas is gonna be at least $4.50, probably $5 a gallon, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And unfortunately, San Diego isn't too much of a walkable city, so we did have to drive pretty much every day.
Fortunately though, one of the bright sides about this is the activities piece of San Diego. You actually can do quite a lot there for free. I mean, most beaches, honestly, most activities besides like paragliding was basically free. Parking was like weirdly free.
Yeah.
So basically everything we did was free. So that was a huge plus in our book, particularly since, you know, that's the main reason like to travel places to do things and try stuff. So that was really cool.
So taking all of that into consideration, the cost of living in San Diego gets a 3.5 out of 10. That is a little bit better than New York. We gave it that a 3. Even though we spent more in San Diego, I think we also got more for our money there than we did in New York. Our location of our apartment was a lot better. The amenities were a lot better. It was a lot, you know, newer, and so I just felt like we got more for our money, even though we spent a lot more money, if that makes sense.
100% agree.
Alright, our final category in this review is the atmosphere, and it's really hard to kind of encapsulate a city's atmosphere, so we mainly focus on views and vibes. So San Diego is an absolutely stunning city. Like, there's just breathtaking cliffs, beaches, little sandy places everywhere. Like, it's so beautiful. The flowers, like the mountains, the hills, it's like so stunning. And especially the time of year we're here in March, there's flowers everywhere blooming, so it's just like so colorful and so beautiful. Also, I have to mention that the golden hour here is just like, it hits so hard. I've never, honest to God, had a golden hour hit anywhere as hard as it does right here. One of the best places to see that is Sunset Cliffs. Like, oh my gosh, y'all just gotta go there and just experience it for yourself because it's honestly magical. And San Diego definitely has really good vibes. The people are super nice. It's really outdoorsy, it's chill, it's easygoing, and it also feels like weirdly homey. But I would say that it doesn't have the same kind of like vibrant energy as a city like Miami does. So I don't know, it feels more just kind of like a little low-key city with stunning views than it does like yeah, I don't know, the energy isn't like electric, it's not super vibrant, but it is really laid back, it's nice and chill, it's homey, and it's good vibes all around.
So with all that being said, we give San Diego's atmosphere an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, like, it really doesn't get more beautiful than this, but it kind of lacks that like wow factor in terms of like energy, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, everyone's just really chill here, which I love. It's great, but I don't know. For some reason, I feed off people's energy, and I get the chill vibe, which is great. But sometimes I just want to be pumped up, you know? And I don't always get that here. So if you're looking for a more low-key city with like beautiful views and more like kind of chill, like surfer vibe, there is no better place. It's got to be San Diego.
Agreed. We loved our month in San Diego. It was by far one of our favorites. And for that, it gets a final rating of 7.4. I know it doesn't sound like much, but that's honestly one of the top scores that the cities have gotten. And it's really only brought down by the cost. Yeah, I know me and Quest would both live there in a heartbeat if it didn't cost so much money, so.
Yeah, there's really not much more to be said other than that. Like, terrific city, could not recommend it anymore for anyone. It's gonna cost you a little bit, but I think it's well worth that experience. Living there, it was just like, it was one of the favorite times of our journey so far for me. And that's something that I feel like I'll cherish forever. So that's it for our time here in San Diego, and as well as for this video. So if you liked what you saw today, you already know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button. If you thought that you would get a different score out of us for San Diego, comment below what you thought it would be and maybe why. And lastly, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Just do it right now. And of course, turn on the notification bell so you get a reminder every single time we post. FTX out.